Hello, caller. Is patient breathing?
Hello, no, I'm a lorry driver and I just lifted a trailer from the port. I don't think so. There's loads of them. There's immigrants in the back, but they're all lying on the ground.
How many approximately?
I don't know. 25?
25 patients not breathing.
Yeah.
On October 23, 2019, Maurice Robinson, a young truck driver from Ireland, parked his vehicle outside the Essex port. He was alarmed by a noise coming from the back of the truck, prompting him to swing open the container doors. What he discovered was a devastating scene. 39 Vietnamese individuals, whom he had been smuggling, had tragically lost their lives. This tragic event not only resulted in the conviction of Robinson and his associates, but also contributed to the downfall of a notorious figure involved in drug trafficking across Europe. Thomas Maher, an Irishman and seemingly an ordinary father of 3 from County Offaly, had made his way to the UK and settled in a modest home with his family. However, beneath this seemingly ordinary facade lay a disturbing reality, a truth darker than anyone could have imagined. Let's delve into it. Maher operated under the facade of a legitimate road hauler, using Bulgarian-registered trucks to evade UK regulations. Beneath this cover, he engaged in organized crime, trafficking drugs from the UK to Ireland and laundering money, which also implicated him in multiple murders. To safeguard his family, Maher relocated them to northwest England, earning him the nickname "the Man in Liverpool" for his illicit activities. Despite leading an outwardly ordinary life in Warrington, Cheshire, Maher indulged in luxuries derived from his criminal enterprises behind closed doors. His possessions included a collection of high-end vehicles, valuable artwork, and expensive watches. Additionally, Maher spared no expense on extravagant vacations, often enjoying first-class trips to destinations such as Mexico, New York, and Dubai. In Dubai, he even purchased an artwork crafted from bullets, demonstrating his extravagant lifestyle. Moreover, Maher owned property in Spain, where he lived a life of opulence and luxury. Maher had a penchant for spending copious amounts of money, catching the attention of the National Crime Agency when his extravagant possessions seemed disproportionate to his reported income. This triggered an investigation into his financial affairs. Simultaneously, Maher employed sophisticated methods to manage his illicit activities. He utilized encrypted phones that outwardly resembled regular devices, but harbored a hidden software system known as Encro Chat. By pressing certain buttons, users could access this system, allowing Maher to clandestinely communicate with other EncroChat users. Initially operating under the nickname Satirical, Maher later adopted the alias Snacker after acquiring a new device. Through the investigation, authorities uncovered Maher's boastful messages on EncroChat, where he bragged about his involvement in organized crime spanning over 2 decades. This revelation provided further evidence of his deep-rooted ties to criminal activities. After operating under the radar for 2 decades, Maher emerged as a significant figure in the criminal underworld. However, his luck ran out when authorities stumbled upon his involvement during an unrelated investigation in 2019. Maher's fortunes took a sharp downturn when he sold a truck to an Irish criminal named Ronan Hughes. Unbeknownst to Maher, Hughes used the truck to smuggle Vietnamese migrants into the UK in October 2019, resulting in the tragic deaths of all the migrants. Both Maurice Robinson and Ronan Hughes confessed to 39 counts of manslaughter in 2021, along with their accomplices, receiving sentences ranging from 13 to 27 years. Following this sinister discovery, Maher was detained but released without charges, much to his surprise. It was revealed that the truck remained registered under his wife's name after its sale, prompting the National Crime Agency to initiate an investigation. While Maher was eventually cleared of involvement in the migrant conspiracy, authorities gradually uncovered his participation in other criminal activities, leading to a further investigation and asset seizure. Aware of potential surveillance, Maher switched to using EncroChat for communication. Despite suspicions that he hid his phones outside his home each night to evade detection, Maher remained confident in the security of EncroChat. Nevertheless, he continued discussing matters related to drug trafficking and money laundering over the phone, albeit using coded language in an attempt to evade law enforcement scrutiny. Unbeknownst to Maher, the National Crime Agency, NCA, was on the brink of accessing his communications in late 2019. Around this time, the NCA launched Project Phonetic with the aim of targeting Encro Chat and its users in the UK. Concurrently, a French court investigation uncovered Encro Chat servers located near the Belgium border. This revelation allowed French authorities to obtain images of Encro Chat hardware, exposing details of extensive drug trafficking operations masquerading as legitimate haulage. Maher utilized hidden compartments within trucks to facilitate the transportation of large quantities of high-purity cocaine across Europe, as well as funneling cash to drug gangs. In one notable instance, Maher coordinated the transport of 10 kilograms of cocaine using his phone. The drugs were scheduled to be delivered to a truck driver in the Netherlands by a courier driving a silver Hyundai. Subsequently, the trucker would transport the drugs to the UK with onward transit to Ireland. In Ireland, Maher's associate would identify the correct truck by the displayed name in the window to retrieve the drugs. On April 4, 2020, Maher exchanged several messages with an accomplice that appeared suspiciously linked to the organization of a specific transport. Concurrently, messages revealed Maher's fixation on Ronan Hughes, the smuggler who failed to register the truck, thereby attracting police attention. Despite Hughes fleeing the country after the migrant fatalities, Maher harbored a clear desire for revenge. Despite being warned about the NCA's investigation, Maher continued to send messages to associates regarding Hughes, hinting at a desire to cause him harm. The NCA interpreted these messages as a threat to Hughes's life. As pressure mounted from the NCA, Maher's anxiety increased, evident in his conversations about escape. He discussed plans to leave the country without a passport, intending to hide in a truck and obtain travel documents in Spain before relocating to a country without an extradition treaty. At one point, Maher prepared to execute his plan but was thwarted by severe pain from plantar fasciitis, preventing him from walking to the vehicle. Consequently, the plan was postponed. Maher, who had suffered a stroke in his 20s and dealt with various health conditions, including a rare foot condition, still posed a significant flight risk. Compounded by EncroChat's alert to its users about the system being compromised, the NCA swiftly moved to prioritize Maher's arrest and the seizure of his phone. On June 13, 2020, the NCA proceeded to Maher's residence and took him into custody. However, neither of the two EncroChat devices associated with him was recovered. Fortunately, investigators had already accumulated weeks of data revealing Maher's role as a mediator and logistics manager. Passwords, times, details of stops and prices were exchanged through his devices. The data also contained numerous photos of his feet and other images from inside his home, leaving no doubt that Maher himself had transmitted the messages. During subsequent police interrogations, Maher opted to remain silent. However, the incriminating EncroChat messages led to charges of drug importation and money laundering. It was evident that between March and May 2020, Maher played a pivotal role in conspiracies to transport 1.5 million euros worth of cocaine from the Netherlands to Ireland and launder 1 million euros in cash. The judge recognized Maher as an essential component of a sophisticated network, considering him a trusted organizer integral to the international distribution of Class A controlled drugs. Messages revealed Maher's fees, which could amount to 4,000 euros for a standard drug transaction. Following his arrest, NCA officers confiscated several luxurious vehicles from Maher's possession, including a Land Rover Discovery, a high-end Range Rover, and an imported Corvette valued at 82,000 euros. Maher chose to plead guilty to 4 counts of conspiracy to commit a crime abroad, opting not to contest the evidence obtained from the EncroChat devices. After years of eluding the law, Maher was sentenced to 14 years and 8 months in prison by Liverpool Crown Court in December 2020. It was determined that he played a pivotal role in a highly sophisticated operation, serving as a logistics coordinator for some of Europe's most notorious organized crime syndicates, facilitating the transportation of large quantities of drugs in tens of millions of pounds across Europe. Maher notably became one of the first prominent criminals to be convicted and incarcerated as a result of the EncroChat hack. Despite pleading not guilty, the case involving a conspiracy to commit grievous bodily harm against Ronan Hughes never reached trial. In May 2023, Maher faced another setback as he was ordered to pay £620,000 in a proceeds of crime case, which was heard at Liverpool Crown Court. The court issued a confiscation order for Maher's house in Warrington, as well as his cars, trucks, high-value watches, artwork, and gold items imported from Dubai. That wraps up today's video. What are your thoughts on the topic discussed? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the content, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our future videos. Thank you for watching.